So I'm like thinking about like when music like first like triggered inside like my soul, my like when like my first experience with music was, and I'm trying to think back like as far as I can, like what's the first song I remember like as a kid, and I think it was Archie Bell and the Drells. I think that's the name is the Tighten Up, do the Tighten Up. I I was like just fucking blown away by just the way that they interacted. Like he would talk to the band, now make it level, and they would break it down. It was like a jam session turned into like a fucking multi-platinum hit or whatever. Like, and I remember just being a little kid and rewinding it. Like I was just infatuated with that track, Tighten Up. And I think that was the first song like I could remember. Thinking like I don't know even where that tape came from. I think my mom or dad, I don't know, one of them had like a tape with a bunch of it was like a tape with a bunch of different tracks on it, like 60s music set. I think it was early mid 60s. And then the next song I remember that one, and then Girl Watcher. I'm a girl watcher. I'm a girl watcher. Still am a girl watcher. Although I love watching girls go by. My. So I think those two songs were my first like real like whoa, like this is music. And then I remember listening to those, and then I don't know if it was my cousin or one of my mom's cousins or some family or my aunt. Somebody came and they left a Rick James tape, and I was like, "What?" I turned, man, I'm like, "Give it to me, baby." So give it to me, baby. Super freak. Like I was like, man, this is. I'm turning. I remember being little, just turning it up, jamming to Rick James, and I think like they're like. Loud music wasn't, I don't remember loud music being in my house like bumping, but I was bumping when I was a little kid. So those are like my earliest experiences with music, I think. And then the next one I remember, I think we were in the school bus. I don't know if that was the school bus first. I remember being in a school bus, and for some reason, all of a sudden, the bus driver turned it up, and it was George Michael's Faith. That song, and I can remember all of a sudden all these little kids. I never even heard the damn song before, and all these kids are just because I gotta have faith. Like the whole bus erupted, and I think that's when I first like witnessed the power of music, and just it was so cool. Like just like how it moved everybody. Like as soon as that song came on, I was. All these kids, baby, like everybody's singing the song, and I had no fucking. I'm trying to sing the song too. Like I don't even, I don't know the words, but I'm like, it caught me up in the moment. And so then that happened, and that's still like I just remember all the kids just in the bus jamming to so I gotta have faith. Then later on, like I remember La Bamba. La Bamba was like a big old hit. That was a good movie. I remember watching it. We went to the movies. I think we were in LA or something. Went to the movies to go watch La Bamba, and the whole theater was crying when Richie, like when Richie, the plane crashed, and like that was like a major like I remember La Bamba. I like La Bamba a lot. And then I think the first time I bought like actual tape, because it was like 18 and over, you couldn't buy rap music because of the profanity and stuff like that. So, but the swap meet had all the bootleg tapes, and they're not like the quality. They're a bootleg, but I think my cousin or somebody was like, yeah, like just you could go buy it right there. And I remember being hella scared trying to go to the swap meet, and I'm thinking this dude's gonna like ID me or something to get. I think I bought like I remember like 2 Live Crew, I think it was, and Too Short, and it was like 3 for $10 or something like that, or something like that. And Paula Abdul, I think I bought. Like I remember buying like a couple. What is it? Too Short something. I remember 2 Live Crew for sure, and being hella scared and I got the tapes, and I just gave the guy the money, and he just looked at me and took it. That dude didn't give a shit. He was just and so I ended up coming up with some tapes, and then we would go buy their tapes at the swap meet because that's where we could buy them because we were in of age. So it was that, and then One of my best friend Marcus, Mr. C, he was going by. He introduced me to like DJing and stuff like that, because I think it was through Sparky Markey, because he knew Sparky Markey, and then ended up getting into with him. We started I think his parents bought him like a some turntables and a mixer, so got into the record pool. Sparky, I think, was in that was Jam City. That's how I got introduced to Jam City, was through my friend Marcus, and then through Sparky. Then we met Sparky Markey, and then got into. Then that's when we met Sir T, and then we started doing promotions throughout, all over through Central, from Bakersfield for Fresno. We were promoting. We were going to all the Warehouse Records and Tower Records everywhere, and then we used to put displays up. We used to do like I used to cut them out and get all crazy with them and make them like pop out, make them look 3D and stuff like that, just to gain attention, so then people would like check out the tape or whatever, take pictures of them. We send them into the record labels, and I think we were doing that was like around 93, I think, around 93. So started doing that, and then I didn't even know like these guys were fucking these super bad. I knew they were like fucking dope DJs, but Sparky Markey, I remember going into Cody's. We were working, sneaking into clubs. We were like 17 years old in a 21 and over club, sneaking in there, and Sparky Markey was DJing. Insane Mexican Eric was fucking awesome. DJ Patrick, Rob the Bandit, Rob B. That was fucking Rudy Tunes, DJ Rudy Tunes. Good, like the music, like everybody played different music. So like one was old school, one was rap, one was like dance. Like everybody would just do their own thing. So it was like the crowd was so mixed. Like there was every different diversity was in that club. It was people used to drive from all over the place, LA, Frisco. I remember, I don't know, Patrick might still have the video, but there would be like hundreds of people in line down the street just to get into this club. That was like, I didn't even know like this was like such an epic time. Like I didn't know it was going to be what it was. Like we were promoting Tupac, we were promoting like that whole movement, Death Row Records, that whole West Coast gangster movement. Like we're doing all that stuff, and then it was like, then it just kind of, so I kind of grew up behind the scenes before I actually started where I'm at now doing production. And I think my first track actually performed was at church. It was at Praise Center Church. We did like a little, we went to a youth thing up in the mountains, and then a couple of us got together, and then I put a little rhyme together, and then one of the two girls were singing, and it was the Renteria sisters were singing, and John Nino, he plays in the band here now, Dalton 86 I think it is, or he was jamming on the guitar, and then this other homeboy Chad, he had like a little drum machine, and we put like a whole song together, like in an hour and a half or something. We put like a whole routine together. I think that was the first time I performed like in front of a group, and then after that it went to the next time I performed. It was the first two times I was actually, my first time on stage was when I was like 5 years old. This was 5 or 6 years old. I think it was in kindergarten, first grade, and it was at church again. Like, so like that, like God brought this gift out in me. Like I didn't even know it was there. But the first time it was like I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I went in front of the whole Walnut Avenue Baptist Church in Visalia, and did 2 Timothy chapter 2. I said the whole thing. I don't even know the whole thing now. I forgot. I probably like some of it, but so that was like my first experience on stage. Like